I'm Barb Smith. I'm a pediatrician in Tucson, and I've been here in practice for more than 30 years now. One of my hobbies right now is quilting. And I got started about a year before my oldest daughter graduated high school because I wanted to make her a memory quilt to take to university with her. So I took a couple of classes at a store called the Quilt Basket and then started making quilts. Because I love fabric, and so you get to go and look in all the stores and try and pick just the fabrics you want. So there are kind of two ways I pick fabrics. One is I pick a pattern that I know I'm going to do, and then I pick fabrics specifically for that. And you can do that just at the shop. Just go in and say, okay, I'm going to make this quilt and pick all the fabric in a day, or you can perseverate over it, think about it, buy some fabric, decide it's not right, go back and buy some more fabric. Or the other way now that I've been doing this for a while is I have a pretty good stash of fabric, which means lots of different pieces. And so for a lot of the things I do now, I'm trying not to buy all the fabric just new for that particular quilt, and I go and look at my stash and pull out the fabrics that I think would go along with my idea for what the quilt's going to be and use those. Maybe buy a few pieces that are new. I think my favorite quilt is that kaleidoscope quilt where all the squares are made from the same piece of fabric, but they look so different. I think it's really good therapy for me. You can either, and it goes two ways. Either I can do it and be totally involved in what I'm doing so I don't have to think about other things that are going on in my life. Or if I'm doing something fairly routine, sometimes it's just a place to do that, but also work out problems or work out decisions for other things. And I love the fact that you have something real that can be used in the end. And I really like fabric. So, hey, what better excuse to be able to just randomly buy fabric when you see something you like. I like the way it feels when you're using a quilt to sleep with, and I also like the idea of having a quilt, whether I made it or somebody else made it, that somebody spent a lot of time working on and gave it to you with love. I think another thing that it's good for me is that it's a creative activity. What I do in work, sometimes you might be creative, but it's a lot of facts and science and that part of your brain that's working all the time. And so I don't think of myself as a really artistic person, but I think this lets me speak to that side of my personality in a way that medicine doesn't.